The first file, the first stock I'm going to look at is Apple. Apple appears to be an uptrend. It dropped down in October below this channel here, and then it stayed in the channel until about a week or so ago, where it popped above the channel. A closer look tells me that what was resistance is now support, and it not only is above the channel, but it's up to over to 117. Depending on what happens tomorrow, will be determined whether or not I go long on it with a put spread. But we'll see what happens. The next one I wanted to look at is Baidu. Baidu is still in an uptrend. It's in the middle, which doesn't make it a high probability trade. It might be good for maybe an iron condor, which I don't like. What I prefer is probably either a put or a call spread. I'm leaning towards a put spread at this time, simply because it's the trend is up. Whether it maintains that way or not, I don't know. Next stock I'm going to look at is, I guess it's Cognizant Tech Solutions. I don't know what they do, but once again, it is up against a relatively, this is last year, a relatively up against resistance. It poked its head above it on Friday, and we'll see if it goes back above it. If I can get a positive move, a bullish move, and if it drops back down and takes off again, I'll look at taking this trade. A lot of it depends on what happens over the next few days. GMCR is the next one I wanted to look at. GMCR is in a relatively long down uptrend. It's up against resistance right here, support right here, and it bounced off support. And I think this might be a good one to do before it gets away from me. Depends on what happens. Once again, what depends on what happens on Monday. But I have at least 4 touches. If you go back here, and I have at least 1, 2, 3. This kind of a touch here, but it's a little bit far away. But this one definitely is a touch. So I have at least 4 touches here. So I think this is a good trend line, probably a good stock to look at on Monday. Google. I love Google. Google's been kind to me. Once again, this is a long-term trend. We are up against support here. And this is one that I probably consider being a halfway decent trade. Next one I wanted to look at is Joy Global. Joy Global has hammered down on support right here. It's hit this a number of times and price has been rejected several times. And I think we are probably going to see another pop-up, and I would like to be in on this if it happens. So that's one that I'm fairly happy with at this point. And the last one I wanted to look at was Wynn. Wynn has come a long way, but it's in a general downtrend right now. I see support right here, and this is not the best support in the world, but we have several touches here, and we have a number of touches, what essentially is a touch over here. See what happens. This is probably one of my least favorites at this point, but I think my most favorite trade is going to be Joy Global. Seems to be about the best one, west of the pack at this point. This is a long-term support, and it's bounced off of it each time for the last 4 years, almost 5 years. So this is probably, according to what we look at, maybe the best one I've seen so far. And that's about it.